This 26 Chevy Silverado seemed like the perfect truck, but I could tell you, after 70 miles, the only thing that drove me crazy was it kept shutting off at stoplights. It's time for an AutoStop Eliminator. Come along with me for the installation. This RST does have the center console, so we'll go ahead and pull this panel off under the steering wheel. Then we'll pull this trim off the center console. There's one bolt under the steering wheel right here. We'll go ahead and remove that. Now this entire panel will pull off right here, all the way around the center console and right out of here. Over on the passenger side, go ahead and remove this fuse cover right here. Go ahead and take out these two screws here that hold in the lower knee bolster panel. And this will pull straight off of there. Now you can see this trim piece here has one bolt on the end. We're going to go ahead and remove that. Now grab firm onto this piece and pull it from the passenger side all the way over to the driver's side. Now we'll make sure the steering wheel is down and out of the way. We'll go ahead and open the clamshell on top of the steering column. Nice flat trim tool, works amazing for this. Just make sure this thing is free and out of our way. Now if you follow the instrument cluster bezel over here by the radio, you'll see there's one bolt we need to remove. Once we take that out, we're just going to go ahead and pull firmly along the trim bezel up here and take this thing out of here. Kind of clamshell it together and up over the steering wheel. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the 6 bolts that hold in the AC controls. Go ahead and give this a firm pull and it will come right out of there. We'll go ahead and sit this down out of the way, move up here, we'll slide over and pop out this little trim cover right here. This exposes 4 screws on top of the radio. We got to go ahead and remove all 4 of these. When we finish with that, there's one here on the left side that we have to remove as well, and this radio will pull right out of here. Pretty firm, but it will pull out of there. We'll go ahead and tip this thing down. We're going to be working with this leftmost connector right here. Pull the red tab up, squeeze the black tab in, and pull the connector out. Now we're going to take our AutoStop Eliminator right here. This is what it looks like. That's the memory piece. This is the connector. We're going to go ahead, plug the connector into the back of the screen right here. Get this nice and secure. We'll plug it into the vehicle side right here. And then all we have left to do is secure it. We'll take the module itself, put a zip tie up here around the cord. There's a nice cutout in this spot behind the radio panel, so this will sit right in there. We'll put another zip tie down lower to hold the wires together. And now the radio screen and those buttons can go right back in there. Just be careful to line everything up, get that connector, all those wires into that opening, and this thing should go on nice and snug. We'll go ahead and reinstall the 5 bolts here, so the left side and the 4 on top of the radio. Go ahead and sit our trim cover back in there to cover those up. And we'll go ahead and reinstall the AC controls right here. Line this up, give it a good push on there, and we'll go ahead and reinstall the 6 bolts for this. We'll go ahead and reinstall the trim bezel here that goes around the instrument cluster and the top portion of the steering column. These are pretty easy if you know how they go in. You just kind of got to tip this into place. You squeeze them together, push it down, and then push all the clips in. Go ahead and push down here on the top of the steering wheel to lock this. And go ahead and install the trim screw for that panel. Now we'll put this big panel in that goes from the radio all the way to the passenger side. Just go ahead and press all of these clips in. Here goes the panel over the center console. This one's pretty easy. You just got to line it up, move the camera here a little bit so you can see. But once this pushes into place with the glove box open, go ahead and just push all these clips in. Then go ahead and install the trim on the other side of the center console right here. Just pushes into place. And you can close the glove box. Back to the driver's side, we'll finish this side of the panel. Just go ahead and push it in. We're going to go ahead and install the trim screw back into there. Get the steering wheel out of our way here. There's a tab here on the driver's side center console fascia that's got to face forward. So just go ahead and line that up, give it a tap, and place. The last thing we have left is the fuse panel cover here on the driver's side. Just go ahead and put that in place and give it a tap. We'll go ahead and clean up a few tools here and we are done.